We've all seen the perfect family image. TV families laughing and solving life's problems along the way. The smiling, beautiful couple pushing a baby stroller in our local area. But in honesty, a perfect family sometimes hides a secret. Some hide a secret affair, a gambling problem, or even a plot to murder. Today's show is a story we've all seen on the news, watched online, or at least heard the names. The story of a perfect family, a mistress and a husband killing his family in cold blood. Anything but perfect. The Chriswatts story. The couple's story, however, started years before the horrible incident we all have to know the names because of. Shanann, after being diagnosed with lupus, met Chris online through a Facebook friend request. Figuring she'd never meet him, she accepted, and the two soon began talking online. During a Facebook Live video, Shanann later told viewers Chris had seen her at her worst, sharing some of their story and telling people watching that her and Chris were now married and had 2 children together, hoping their story would inspire others. However, their storybook romance didn't last. During a video, Shanann revealed to Chris she was pregnant with their 3rd child. Many have said after seeing the video they could see a sense of resentment or frustration in Chris, although he tried to hide it. While his wife was away during a trip in June, Chris began an affair with a woman he worked with named Nicole Kissinger. The two began texting, and although Nicole later said she wanted to take things slow, she was already sending half-nude photos to Chris, and a search of her internet history later revealed that she had Googled "Man, I'm having an affair," which says he will leave his wife. She also looked at a wedding dress for more than 2 hours and Googled how to prepare yourself for anal sex. When Shanann came home, she told friends Chris was distant and changed. She also said she suspected he was cheating and she still wanted to save their marriage. She bought a relationship book, searched for a marriage counselor in their area, but Chris seemed uninterested in saving their marriage, taking trips with his new mistress, saving photos of her in a hidden calculator app on his phone, and searching online for when was the right time to say "I love you" in a new relationship. Shanann, after being dropped off by a friend, was last seen entering the couple's home in the early morning hours on August 13th. Later the same day, Shanann's friends reported her and her girls missing after she had missed an OB/GYN appointment and failed to return texts or calls. By 12:10 p.m., the friends went to the Watts home and called Chris, who came home from work, as well as the police. Upon arriving, Chris gave investigators permission to search the family home, and when they did, they found a strange sight. Shanann and the couple's 2 daughters were nowhere to be found, but her purse containing her phone and keys and her car were still which still contained the girls' car seats, was in the garage. Police also found her wedding ring on the master bed. After going on local news and pleading for his family's return, which it would come to light what really had taken place. On August 15, 2018, Chriswatts was arrested, denying he killed his daughters, but saying he told Shanann he wanted to get a separation, and in a fit of outrage, she killed their daughters and he strangled her to death. Then he had taken the 3 bodies to his work site and hid them. It was later he finally admitted to killing their daughters, 4-year-old Bella and 3-year-old Celeste, by smothering them with a blanket and strangling Shanann before hiding the girls in oil tanks and burying his wife in a shallow grave. He pleaded guilty on November 6, 2018 to multiple counts of first-degree murder. As part of the plea deal, when the death penalty was removed from his sentence. Chriswatts was sentenced to 5 life sentences without the possibility of parole. 3 of his sentences will be served consecutively and 2 will be served concurrently. Although Nicole claims she knew nothing about what he was planning, many have not believed her. A search of her internet history showed she had Googled Amber Frey, asking if people hated Amber, and she had also Googled how much money Amber Frey made in her book deal and her net worth. Sadly, the Watts family story has a haunting echo of the Scott and Lacey Peterson story. Both were pregnant women murdered by the hands of the man they loved. Many women strangled, though, after the case have found an odd fascination with Chris, writing him letters in prison and sending photos. Some have compared the strangle fixation to that of Ted Bundy, and how women had started trying to look like his victims and writing him while he was in prison. It's a sad and tragic story, one with a mother and her 3 children sadly were betrayed by the man they loved, trusted, and thought would always protect them. The videos of the family can still be found online, and watching them is a haunting knowing of what was going through his mind and knowing what the outcome would be eventually. Thank you all so much for listening. If you have any recommendations, please feel free to comment or contact me. I'm on all social media and they are linked on the page. If you would like to support the show, you can find me on Patreon, which is linked as well. Please feel free to leave a like and rate and review if you enjoyed the show. I'd love to hear from you guys as well as your thoughts on the case. Please be respectful to the parties involved, and until next time, take care.